Welcome to SVG-TV News and Sports for Thursday, March the 6th. I'm Jimmy Prince for the details. Director of the Local Financial Intelligence Unit, Granville Williams, says he's prepared to resign from his position if selected as the ULP's candidate for the South Leeward constituency. In an interview with SVG-TV News, Williams dismissed claims that it is a conflict of interest for him to sit as the head of the FIU and declare his position to run for political office on the ruling Unity Labour Party's ticket. According to Williams, it is simply an expressed interest. Nothing has been made concrete.
If my interest is crystallized and I am selected as a candidate, then it is not practical for me to remain at the Financial Intelligence Unit in any capacity, whether director or otherwise. At this point in time, I do not see a conflict of interest. There may be a perceived conflict of interest.
Williams further stated that his interest in running for political office on the ULP's ticket doesn't mean he is being biased at his current post.
What is the incentive that I am getting from the public to do my job in a partial or in a manner that is not consistent with the mandate? So when we speak of that, we have to understand what a conflict of interest is. There's no incentive from the people for me to do it. I am not a candidate. I am simply saying to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to the people in South Leeward, that I would like the opportunity to represent them. There is a process that must be undergone, and once that process is completed, then certain decisions will be made.
Meanwhile, Williams is of the view that serving the people of the South Leeward constituency will be top priority if he is selected as their candidate for the upcoming general elections, and so he has no qualms resigning from his post at the FIU.
I will, of course, forthwith tender my resignation and commit myself to working with the people even closer, because I would be saying to the people that representing you is really now my full-time occupation, my full-time undertaking, my full-time profession, and I want to have as much time as possible to dedicate to the service of the people.
And Williams is saying it is the government's policies which have motivated him to consider running for political office. He made it clear that he is not interested in being part of any other party, as he sees the Unity Labour Party as an institution of progress and good leadership.
This is a party with good leadership. This is a party with vision. This is a party for our people, and this is a party who knows how to deliver results. And delivering results for me is of critical importance, because I see politics, the work of the people, as a business. You engage certain energies, you undertake certain tasks, but at the end of the day, you must deliver results for the people. And that is another reason why I will support the policies of the Unity Labour Party as opposed to any other.
In other news now, Commissioner of Police Michael Charles has dismissed claims that the police are harassing members of the public. The top cop said that if the officers are carrying out their duties legally, it should not be termed as harassment.
The police don't go about harassing people. If people feel that they are harassed, there's the Public Relations and Complaint Department. If they don't feel comfortable coming to the Public Relations and Complaint Department, they can always go to the Police Oversight Body, where there's an independent, civilized body to deal with their complaints. Once the police acting lawfully, I mean, nobody likes to be searched when they're going in their way. I mean, even during Carnival, when we're doing a normal stop and search.
However, Commissioner Charles said he has received complaints from persons about the approach of some officers, particularly those in the traffic department. Charles said he believes that the traffic police are the most important members of the police force, as they interact with the public on a daily basis.
I always say that the traffic officer on the street is one of the most important persons within the police force, because when people traversing to work early in the morning, this is the first person they meet, and the way that police interact with that person is the way the person will see the entire police force. If the person is doing it colloquially haggish, you'll see this person we deal with, will see the whole entire police force as pigs. If you deal with them, I mean, in a civilized manner, yes, the general public will see the police as civilized people. And this is the type of image we want to get across.
In related news, disciplinary action will be brought against 2 police officers here for not coming to the assistance of civilians in distress. In the incident in question, the police officers stationed at the Georgetown and the Connery police stations reportedly told the civilians that no transportation was available to get to them. At yesterday's media conference, the Commissioner of Police says he will not tolerate such attitude from officers, and that though all police stations in the country do not have an official vehicle, this is not the concern of the public.
When someone calls to the station with a problem, they don't want to hear if the police have transport or not. They want the problem solved. And not for the likes of me, I don't understand why some police officers still telling people that there's no transport. That is not the people concerned. And Mr. Miller before me, he stressed that. Commissioner before Mr. Miller. And today, it is still happening. I can tell you that there are 2 officers who will be going before the tribunal for disciplinary charges for these same things.
Applicants for passports or to have replacements will have to dig deeper into their pockets to pay for the document. Earlier this week, when the electronic passport was launched at the new Immigration Department in Kingstown, Minister of National Security and the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, announced an increase in the cost for obtaining a passport. The price moves from $80 to $150 for adults and $80 for children. Prime Minister Gonsalves also announced that the cost for replacing passports will also increase, as too many persons have been allowing their passports to be defaced or destroyed.
Very often, when a man and a woman have a conflict, they don't trouble the Bible, you know. The number of passports damaged or defaced because of problem between man and woman. The first thing the woman goes for is the man passport and does something to him, and vice versa. Brother Hamilton could tell you, the examples are legion. Please, when you have a quarrel with your loved one, just leave the passport alone now. Treat it like the Bible. Don't humbug it. We are going to charge a replacement passport for the replacement fee, because you still have to pay for the passport. The replacement fee is $300 EC.
The National Security Minister made it clear that persons who deliberately destroy the passports of others will be made to pay for their ignorance.
When you, as a man, mash up your girlfriend's passport, know that you have to pay $300 to replace it. Because invariably it comes back to the man had to pay for it. So pay for your ignorance. $300. Here in Canada it would be $225, in the US $225 in terms of Canadian and US, and in UK $110.
Meanwhile, Prime Minister Gonsalves says passport holders have an obligation to protect and to take better care of their passports. He explained that records show that over a one-year period, over 900 passports were reported either damaged or destroyed by nationals.
Between 2012 November to 2013 November, the Immigration Department received 941 reports of damaged, lost or defaced passports. 941. And that's just one single year.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Camila Gonsalves revealed earlier today that he formally abandoned his American citizenship to serve his paternal birth country, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. In an open letter to a local online news blog, Gonzalez said he was responding to loose and reckless pronouncements which have questioned his eligibility to serve this country in Parliament. Gonzalez stated that he took a personal and private decision to renounce his United States citizenship prior to taking his oath of office as a government senator. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade, Commerce and Information Technology, who is also the firstborn son of Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonzalez, bashed members of the opposition for allowing themselves to be misled on the issue. The young Gonzalez said from a purely legal standpoint, neither his birth in the United States nor his resulting United States citizenship served to disqualify him from serving as a senator. He noted that while he felt the need to stay silent on the issue, he was concerned that it may have the unfortunate consequence of deterring other foreign-born Vincentians from offering themselves in public service. The 5-part letter also concluded with Gonzalez stating that he wishes to move on to more productive pursuits instead of political distractions. Still ahead, Chateaubriand and the Spring Village Methodist Primary Schools, recipients of 2013-2014 Hands Across the Sea Literacy Awards. We have more on that when we come back, still on the local scene. Stay with us. Welcome back. 3 schools have been recognized for their dedication to literacy and for the excellence of their school libraries. Chateaubriand and the Spring Village Methodist Primary Schools have been named the recipients of the 2013-2014 Hands Across the Sea Literacy Awards for SVG. Each school will receive $1,000 in brand new books or other literacy assistance of their choice. In addition, Bookament Bay Secondary School has won a Public Affairs Service grant funded by the U.S. Embassy and administered by Hands Across the Sea. This grant has enabled the school to rejuvenate its library. Since starting the organization in 2007, Hands Across the Sea's co-founders Harriet and Tom Linsky have been dedicated to raising the literacy levels of Eastern Caribbean children from preschool to secondary school. Talking about schools, the Western George Secondary School today marked 10 years of existence. The school commemorated the occasion under the theme Transformation Through Education, Turning Difficulties into Opportunities. And the area representative, Cecil Mackey, says the institution has grown in every aspect of its operations over the past decade. He said that the institution became operational with a student body of 102 and has since grown to 370.
You started at a very small building at Bel-Air. Now you have grown up into the biggest, most expensive, most beautiful school in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. When I look out in the gathering this morning, you now have programs as guidance. You now have programs as young leaders. Well decked off here this morning, and I want to ask you to put your hands together for these 2 very special programs.
Minister Mackey gave his commitment to continue to work along with the school's administrators to ensure that it continues to grow and develop.
That you continue to organize opportunities for all of the students, whether past or present, but also the teachers and members of the community. Once again, congratulations to everyone. We have achieved in 10 years and we will continue to do so.
In other news, the Nelson Block Mass Band will give recognition to the St. Vincent Distillers Company Limited for Carnival 2014. As part of its 2014 production with drinking, the Mass Band will be adding an 11th section titled Captain Bligh as a tribute to the accomplishment of the distillery. Speaking at the band's media launch for its 2014 production, Public Relations Officer Sean Brewster said the section will not be advertised publicly. Brewster said,
when we sent out our sponsorship letter to Sunset and Sparrow, the company that does the distribution and everything like that, they were very receptive, prompt on. And we decided that, hey, this is what we're going to do. In recognition of their achievements and their accomplishments over the last 2 weeks, we have decided that we're going to just bring a section just to show them our appreciation towards what they have been doing to St. Vincent, not only locally, regionally, but internationally, that they can actually come up and win an award for a particular round.
Brewster said the section dubbed Sunset has been the most reviewed section of the band. However, they have selected Sparrows as the presentation to take the stage for the coveted section of the band's title.
I don't know if it's the mere fact that because it looks good or it's just the rum. So, yes, Sunset has been the most reviewed. Why we chose Sparrows to be the section of the band is basically has to do with three things. It basically has to do with impact on the night and the presentation that we want to present on the night. And a Sparrow section presentation on the night is going to be very impactful. Well, what we have in mind.
Operations at the South Rivers Hydro Power Plant has recommenced. According to the St. Vincent Electricity Services Limited, VINLEC, the station was put back online, having been out of commission for the past 2 months as a result of damage from the December trough system. VINLEC says the successful recommission of the plant follows 2 months of rehabilitative work by the company's technical team. This included cleanup of the intake and reconstruction of a section of the pipeline. The company says work continues at the other locations and it is working towards having all rehabilitation work completed by the end of 2014 so that it can have its hydro operations fully functional. The company is currently subsidizing the fuel surcharge rate in the absence of its hydroelectric plants. In February, VINLEC's subsidy to the fuel surcharge rate was said to be 11.76 per unit. That's cents, a total value of $1.3 million EC dollars.